Rotted. Big 8 o'clock.
Bro, he there cussing bad word. The people, bro, he there cussing bad word. And you're live on the thing. Ladies and gentlemen, it brings me great pleasure, an absolute honor to bring to you the latest edition of The Fight Is Right. And let us open up the show in the magical words of dream it, believe it, become it.
You know the drill. Come on up.
Come on.
You
We're
know
not
the
going
drill.
down nowhere. It's only up. Only up. I see the subscribers have gone up. So yeah.
Well, I told you this already. You know what I mean?
Go on.
And I'm grateful for every single person that's subscribed.
Yes.
They know what I want. You know what I mean? The powers is the powers. You know what I mean? 17,000 now. So I'm honored at that. You know what I mean? And we got some new things coming up. You know what I mean? Studio and that for The Fight Is Right with me and Tunde. So it's a blessing. But without further ado, Tunde, we have to talk about last night.
Straight to it. So I know you mean business today, but
I mean, Tunde, listen, I had a beautiful day today. I went out today with me and my daughters. I say a massive big up to Panache. Me and Tunde have to touch down at this restaurant. It's a Michelin star restaurant in Blackheath. And it was like, yeah, just me and the girls went. I was telling my son to come. He was like, nah, just bring me back some KFC.
Yeah, you're good. Okay. You know, when you're young, you're not even busy about these finer restaurants. You just bring back the normal thing. McDonald's,
like,
KFC.
Yeah, he's like, nah. I said, all right then. Don't watch no face. So, you know what I mean? It was like, when you eat, big up Steve Bailey, big up Drew Alexander, Miss Ringside. You know what I mean? Bare people jumping on there. You know what I mean?
Come on, Kudo, John Paul, the first cousin. Come on. Old Tight Snaps. JDM, God First, J Lanks, JK Better Life, Jordan, JG Melford, Daniel J Boateng, Grace Edmonds, Motley M Spoot, Rob Mayer, J Lanks, the MEX, AAV Develops, E Francis, to name a few. Good evening to you all. Spence, carry on, bro.
John, like I'm saying, what we witnessed yesterday in Canelo versus Jaime Munguia, irrespective of Tunde's diabolically biased commentary yesterday, I don't know what kind of hatred Tunde's got in his heart for Canelo.
No. Everyone knows I'm a. Don't come spreading propaganda.
I don't know what hate Tunde, because when the fight was on, you just made me waste £20. It was it $18.99 yesterday to buy the fight or something like that. Yeah, Tunde just made me waste that money because when we're doing, I don't really watch the TV. Yeah. I listen to what Tunde's saying, right? And it was like it was crazy to see. Naz, I'm gonna touch on that. Naz, I'm gonna touch. I'm definitely gonna touch on that.
Stay to the program. Stay to what you're saying.
I am gonna stay to the program, and I'm saying, like, when you go and watch the fight, right? It was, Canelo bossed it, right? But Jaime Munguia done so fantastically well. He did really, really well. And he was beaten by experience, because in boxing is about gaps and filling those gaps. And when the gaps were, the little gaps, that's when the telling shots were thrown by Canelo. And they were even though the work rate wasn't up high, but the class shots where you're thinking rotted. You know what I mean? They were thrown by Canelo. But you know what? And as you alluded to yesterday, similarly to when Canelo fought Floyd Mayweather, you know what I mean? That was his time of his apprenticeship.
Yes,
to say, right, I'm going up against the top elite for my examination board. All right? And you didn't actually fail. You didn't fail. You just never got the desired results. So obviously he's going to come back, and we're going to see what's going to happen after that. But Canelo is slowing up, Tunde, and we've seen it in his last few fights.
No.
You can shake your head all you want. He's slowing up, Tunde.
But I'm just saying, this narrative.
I'm telling you,
this narrative.
You can shake your head all you want.
No, listen. This narrative. Thank you for that. That explanation. But this narrative that has been spun to the general boxing fans and fraternity that Canelo is slowing up, I think it's ridiculous, Spencer. We only need to look at the dominance of Canelo's last 3 fights. If we look at the John Ryder fight, I want you to listen to the scores. 120, 107. 118, 109. 118, 109 again. Then we move to the Charlo fight. The scores was 118, 109. 118, 109. 119, 108. Last night, we had scores of 117, 111, 116, 111, 115, 112. Spencer, this is not a man that's slowing up. This is a man that is dominating world champions in a fashion which is not, let's quote unquote, old school Canelo, but he's showing he is what you said. He is become that Floyd. That's just schooling these guys. And watching back the fight, yes, you're correct. It wasn't biased. You know me, I love an underdog story. And I was just watching Munguia, to be honest with you. But when I went back and watched the fight this morning,
you water, bro.
Yeah, trust me. When I went back,
you see a coffee like that, it's because you're talking crap.
Allow me. When I went back and watched the fight this morning, Spencer, I just saw a fighter that was utterly and totally in control of the whole thing. He was so relaxed. Most of those shots what I was commentating on last night was just getting caught on the glove, slipping, dipping, catching them. Yeah, a couple got through, but what do you expect at this world level against a young, unbeaten champion like Munguia? But what I was saying, Malcolm Marcel said, I was listening to Tunde and I was thinking this guy's never misses. Bro, you know me. I can make a man win the fight and he ain't won the fight. But what I saw there was a dominant champion. And I'm not following this ethos or this thing that's been spun out there that Canelo is on the decline. Absolutely not, Spencer. And the results of his last 3 fights say it, and it goes to show you how much of a great champion GGG was, because GGG is the only man who really you can say, you know what, he beat Canelo in at least one of the 3 fights, but even the 3rd fight, it was close on the scorecards, but I think Canelo dominated more. So no, he ain't slowing up. If anything, the performance last night was better. Hear me again. The performance last night was better than the Charlo performance.
Tunde, Charlo didn't come to fight. So, of course, it's going to be better. No, I'm not telling you this now. Charlo never come to. Let's be real. Let's call it as it is.
So what did he come to do then? What was all the 24/7 for? All the, running and saying, I'm not going to get tired like Errol.
Charlo never come to fight. He come to run around. He come to muck about, bro. Don't try to tell me about Charlo came to fight. It was better.
No.
It was better.
But as Canelo say, when you get in there, it's different. It's different. No. It's different. These men, they think they're gonna come in there and bust Canelo because he's smaller.
You see what Bumbleclap Boxer just said? I'm telling you this now. My man did. Yeah, man. Thank you very much. You did some more fire business in there. I'm telling you this now. Right? Trust me.
Man's got the running in mojo.
The way my man ran in that fight, Charlo ran in that fight, yeah. Carl Lewis would be proud of him. I tell you that now for nothing.
A lot of the fans on there don't remember Carl Lewis, so it's better you say Usain Bolt.
No, I've got to say Carl Lewis. I don't miss about a lot of them don't remember. This is why you have to delve. You have to drop these names to make these people live on. Linford Christie
yeah,
was
come on, come on.
Christie was saluting how Charlo fought in that fight. You know what I mean? Ben Johnson was saluting that fight. Was saluting that. Don't muck around with me, man.
All right, so big up the
Furthermore,
past.
Tunde, Jesse always jumped out of his grave and said, "Look, take my gold medals that I won
Come on. Let's not
in the
let's not
36
distract.
Olympics."
Bomber Clap Boxing said Carl Lewis is a dinosaur era. Man said Carl Lewis, you know. Remember Carl Lewis used to have the tight pants and the high top. Carl Lewis was a general, fam.
Hey, I just want you young cats on there. The 1984 Olympics, yeah. Carl Lewis, Los Angeles, and the man was sponsored by Robo de Kappa. Remember when man was wearing Kappa? You said wearing Kappa t-shirts back in the day. Where you said, this is tea from Lily White's. Remember Lily White's, Cindy? You were saying?
Yeah, what are you talking about, bro? Man, Carl Lewis was setting the trend back in the day. Man said he was 2 in 1984. Come on.
I know business that you was 2. I'm educated.
We're dropping history.
There.
We're dropping history, right. So you need to know what's going on.
Come on, right? So I'm just letting man know this part here. Charlo never come to fight against Canelo, right? Charlo was talking bare wicked talk prior, but then come the realization of the fight.
But that's what I'm saying, though, Spence. That's the point I'm making. That's the point I'm making is people are saying Canelo is slowing up. Why? Because he's not throwing as much punches. That is a normal progression of a fighter that's getting older.
They reinvent their stuff.
Of course. And what I'm trying to say is that with this reinvention, with this point to Canelo, he's showing how schooled he is. He made a 27-year-old miss at least 60% of his punches that he was throwing. That isn't someone that's slowing up, Spencer. That's someone who's mastering the sport. Much like how Floyd schooled Canelo. That's how he's moving, Spencer. He ain't moving like I'm not following it. Even my brother, is it Andy Scott? I heard the same thing today on his interview because I listened to Andy. I respect him highly. He's saying he's
Andy Clark.
And I'm saying, no, brother. You man are just following this thing. Once something is put out there, everyone just seems to latch onto it. And I'm not
listening to him. I'm telling you, I believe that you think me, Big Spencer Fearon, need to listen to these man to form my opinion.
No. But I think sometimes. No. I get what you're saying about Big Spencer Fearon, don't you? But sometimes it's a little bit ignorant not to listen to, sometimes you might learn something from somebody that you feel is not, higher than you. So
I'm not talking about who's higher or who's lower. I'm not talking who's higher or who's lower. I'm just letting you know now. No, listen to what I'm saying to you. I'm not knocking them, man. Peace to them, man. I like Andy. He's good guys. We used to talk.
That's what I'm saying. Andy Clark is a general. He's a nice guy.
No, he's not a general. I'm not listening to him for him to drum. I'm not listening. I'm not Tunde. Listen. Hear what I'm telling you this now, yeah? I want man to listen good to me, yeah?
Come on, Spencer Fearon. Go on.
No, Tunde, listen to me, yeah? I'm not listening to those man to take me out of my ignorance, even though you can learn from anybody, right?
Yes.
Right? But what I'm saying is this now, is that them man have their eyes to see what they're seeing. Now, this is what I'm trying to say to you. Hold up.
Perceptions.
Yeah, their perception, yeah?
Yes.
But their perception, yeah, is a preception, right? My thing is a perception based on my preception because I pre-watched too much fights to bring me into a false generation. I'm not listening. I'm just letting man know this straight standard, yeah? I saw when Ben Whittaker bad up Andy Clark.
Well, how did he bad him up?
What do you mean? How did he bad him up? Tunde, you don't see him what he said to him.
I didn't see. You know me. I don't. Again, Spencer. You know me.
But Tunde,
you know me. I don't watch these things.
Right. No, I'm just saying straight standard. Look at that. G trains Andy Clark, Ben Whittaker's mentor. Right?
Why? I don't get that.
You're saying what Ben Whittaker said is that right? You've been saying some negative things about me. Yeah?
You know what? Is a man not allowed to have an opinion?
No. It's like, listen, you can say negative things about somebody, but when you think you're totally keep on overly badgering somebody on it, he pulled him on it, right? Now, I rate the fact that he pulled him on it, right? Andy Clark is entitled to his position, his opinion, sorry, because he's the man that's holding the microphone. But when you are at a you're trying to build a talent, you're trying to build a talent which is positioned at Sky and on Boxer, yeah? You're meant to take it easy because you're still trying to promote your thing. Like I said, Tunde, if me and you, I'm working at McDonald's, I'm working at McDonald's, right? You walk into McDonald's as big Tunde Ajayi and you order your Big Mac meal. And I'm turning around saying to you, listen, brother, you know the Big Mac don't taste too good. You know what you should do, bro? Go around the corner and go to Burger King because their Whoppers are better than the Big Mac. Ruba, you'll get sacked from your job. If you're there is a talent there, promote your talent. And like sometimes these men want to be too truthful. I'm telling you this now. So you're jumping on my man, you're jumping on Ben. You jumped on Ben, and I like the fact that Ben said, "Right, I don't like it." Because what happened was when he fought the next day, my man in voice calmed down a little piece. It weren't so vibrant. And that's not me knocking Andy Clark, because Andy Clark's my brethren. But I'm telling you straight, my man stuck it on you and said, "No, I didn't like how you handled me." Straight, and I rate that.
But don't you think that as a commentator, you have to be unbiased and you have to have your opinion? So if he was basing his opinion, if he was basing his opinion on what he had seen previously, is he not allowed to voice that? I don't get it. I think that he's allowed to voice it, yeah. And athletes, boxers, whoever, footballers, if they cannot handle criticism or being critiqued, then they ain't ready for that level, Spence.
Tunde. Let anybody criticize you right now on this figure. What do? Straight block. So stop your nonsense. Stop your nonsense. I don't want to hear this. Stop the nonsense, man.
But listen to what I'm saying.
Because I know Tunde Ajayi is not a hypocrite. Do you know what I mean?
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. I don't block anybody for just making a comment. You see, you're misreading this thing here. I don't block anyone for having a misread. I block you when you're disrespectful. That's what I block you for, Spence. Yeah, and you know this. You know this. I block you when. And Daniel J. Boateng, I'm gonna block you. I'm gonna block you because I see your comments. I see your comments, but I'm allowing you because I'm like, if I block you, that means you've won. You're a little undercover hater. I'm telling you, but I'm leaving you on this thing here. I watch your comments and I watch what you say about AY. Yeah, and so don't be trying to separate me and Spencer about facts. Cause I'll block you from this thing and you won't be allowed on this thing no more.
Wait, Tunde. I don't know.
Yeah. Bro, don't try to style it out. Don't try to style it out, Daniel J. Boateng, about how. I'll read these Twitter comments, these X comments about you're chatting about AYs on banter. So don't try that. Don't try to talk about no how. Because I'll block you, bro. You even get me mad now that you're about how. But I'm not gonna block you. I'm gonna continue to make you watch.
Tunde, everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Yeah. But bro, this is what I'm trying to say. Everyone is entitled to their opinion.
Stop for a second. Don't try and say it. Say it.
No. Listen to what I'm saying. Everyone is entitled to their opinion, but do not come with disrespect. Don't start disrespecting and start chatting about mans on banter and all them. But that's disrespect. You understand? You're a little small boy in this thing here. If anyone has the right to disrespect anyone, it's me. You don't hear me disrespecting people like that. I don't disrespect people. I don't expect people to disrespect me, and I'm not going to disrespect them. But when you come with certain language and certain tones, I'm not taking it. I don't need to take it. If you are the guy in mention, if you're the guy in mention, the star, then you know it comes with the territory. This is the point I'm making about Ben Whittaker. I don't feel Andy Clark was being negative or in a negative way. He was just giving his own opinion, Spence. You understand? And obviously Ben's young. Don't even listen. I'm Nigerian. So don't even come with no opinions. That's not the, but I'll block you. Don't, because I'm sure you're from Africa. I'm sure you're from Africa, and there's certain people that understand the culture and certain people that don't. But don't start answering back to me because I will just end this thing out. Anyway, let me carry on. But you see what I'm saying? You're getting me hot. You're getting me hot, and it's you that started, Spencer. You're the one who started this thing because you're the wind-up merchant. But anyway, let me carry. I don't want to divert. I know you're Ghanaian. That's why you're always backing my man and disrespect. And I keep telling you, you can back your guy, but don't disrespect the other guy. This is why I respect Jaime Munguia, because he never disrespect Canelo. He's coming with respect. And when you get in the ring, you fight. So don't take this cultural thing to the level where you start disrespecting a Nigerian or disrespecting a Ghanaian. We don't operate like that. Someone needs to teach you some manners, Daniel J. Boating. Don't take boxing to the point where you start disrespecting another. You understand? It's not that. It's not that. Have your favorite fighter. I don't mind that. But don't start try disrespecting the guy that's connected to me. Because everyone knows, even when AY is saying, even when else calm down, Unks. I'm like, bro, any man that disrespects you, they're going to hear from me. I'm not having it. I don't business if you're Sam Jones, this Jones, Tom Jones. I don't business. And that's how I move.
Dude, Alexander, thank you so much for 35 Zar. Looking forward to another amazing show. Great to see Spencer looking stylish. Hopefully, Tunde starts showing some Nigerian stylish fashion. Tunde's got beard. I don't think you understand it. You see back in the day. Tunde used to own Baron Jones. No, Baron John. Tunde used to own that shop, you know.
Bro,
ancestral G.
Get me angry, you know. I don't know, and I always say to myself, calm down, Tunde, calm down. There's no need to, but they're only used. They got to go through the journey and but I'm always like, I'm just moving like how my dad taught me. My dad taught me, like, if you don't correct, and I think it's a Nigerian thing, if you don't correct someone when they offend you or make a mistake, then that's your business if they continue. Once you've said what you have to say, if they further continue, then it is what it is. But you have to make it known. And I'm saying all week I've been battling with myself. Should I block this brother before he even comes on the thing? But because I'm like, don't try going like you're a supporter and then you're on here playing like you're all supporting us. But in your heart, you're a bad man. In your heart, you're a bad man hater. So don't come with that. Cause I won't have it. Yeah, man, tell me get the fire extinguisher. Bro, you know me, I don't mess about. I'm not on this joking business. I'm not joking. Like I'm always 99.9% of the time professional. And that's how you're supposed to be. And that is the message that I would like to send out to everyone. You know, and I know there are always people that are trying to click little parts of the broadcast, but those who know, I'm a professional. I'm never late. I'm never late. And I want people to treat people the way they want to be treated. And that is with respect. So don't come in here or don't go on no other platforms, sneakily going onto other platforms, disrespecting, man, and then coming on here and playing like you're some fans. Don't try it. I watch everything. Spencer don't watch things, but I watch everything. So I'm watching you. Anyway, can we go back to boxing, please? Because there's always some. Yeah, it's one love, Buzz. But anyway, you're saying that Charlo.
Why are you so serious?
I know, Rhea. Sometimes you gotta let people know that you have to be serious and let them know that it's not always smiling. But I'm okay now. I'm okay now. How you doing? You all right?
Mm-hmm.
Good. All right.
Go to bed.
So spending ranking. Now that you said that Charlo was running like Ben Johnson, Carl Lewis
combined together,
the rest of the 80s track team.
And Live for Christie in the 88 Olympics. All of them mixed together. He's running like them, man. So
we have to get back to this. I'm saying that Andy Clark, I don't generally listen to anything, to be honest with you, but It was a big fight. It was Canelo. I was interested to hear the reaction. I just saw the heading, Andy Clark, that something about Canelo slowing down. And when I'm browsing headlines, I'm seeing this narrative. That Canelo's slowing down, but I never see someone slowing down, Spence. I know you saying it as well.
I saw him like he's slowing down. But what is this, yeah? Canelo has never been a fast fighter anyway. Right?
Yes.
So what's happened with Canelo is that he's just being more reserved, right? Because he's getting older, right? But I have seen some differences in him because
what differences, Spence? You have to explain.
I'm just gonna be real that Canelo hasn't greatly overly impressed me for the last few years. He hasn't. I'm just gonna be real with you.
I mean, look at this. Tyrone Booth, you're respected. I'm not even calling you a fan. You've been with us from Dot. Yeah, but Tyrone makes a comment that says Canelo's head movement is non-existent these days compared to how he was a few years ago. That's why people are saying no, brother. Go watch the fight. Canelo's head movement was nasty, bro. It was. I don't want to use the word sick because sick is a negative word. His head movement was on point. You need to watch these things. Maybe he was thinking he's on some Mike Tyson head movement. No, that's not Canelo. I'm talking about evading shots, moving his head backwards and throwing a right uppercut in a man's chin and busting up a man's orbital bone. That's head movement. His face is clean. Munguia's face is bust up. You understand? This is a man. Hold on. I disagree. He didn't have a mark in his face in comparison to Jaime. What did I just say? This is what I just said. Thank you, JDM God first. The Canelo's head movement is levels, Spencer. It's levels. We're talking about an unbeaten fighter. Canelo was punching bubbles in the air. Come on, man. Where's all this talk coming from? Sometimes people just make things up.
Tunde. Everybody has a right to have their opinion.
Oh, yes, for sure.
And I'm saying, of what I'm seeing, I'm saying that fair play to Canelo for going in there with such a young competitor. Plus, we have to take into consideration, when they were in the ring, my man looked so much bigger than Canelo.
Aha! Are we forgetting this?
Right?
Are we forgetting this?
Don't do. Also, this is what I'm saying. The next thing what you don't do is like when you reach the level of a Canelo, yeah, right. And I'm gonna go back because I like to revert back to history,
the knowledge.
When Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, and Roberto Duran were all doing their round robin, and I remember Roberto Duran.
Daniel. You said you're Ghanaian, yeah. But you continue to talk on this thing. You said you're Ghanaian, but you continue to talk on this thing. Now you're taking it to a next level. Relax yourself. I'm going to say it one last time. Relax yourself. Yes, I'm a senior, but yes, I've spoken to you and let you know my opinion. You've let me know your opinion. Don't carry it on. So let's just stop. We said what we said. You've been saying what you want to say on other platforms, and I don't talk on that platform because I know when I go into other platforms and start talking, and people, it's not fair. But on our platform, I can fire back with impunity. So I'm saying that you've had your say, I had my say. That's it. Finish. Yeah, and you know what I mean when I'm being a Ghanaian. Or African, you know what I mean when I say it's finished. Please, let's carry on. Go on,
please,
Spencer.
please, sir, please. Anyway, as I was saying, when and we see this, when the great fighters, reach a certain level, Tunde, they don't give the little young bucks the opportunity to fight them.
There you go. Right?
They don't. So I got to give credit to Canelo because I know Sugar Ray Leonard did not give Michael Nunn the opportunity to go and fight him when he come back out in 1988 and become the first man to win 5 world titles, right? Tommy Hearns, similarly to Sugar Ray Leonard, when he picked up 5 world titles, did not give Michael Nunn the chance. But Tommy Hearns is that kind of brazen guy that would have fought Michael Nunn. You know what I mean? Roberto Duran, in February of 1988, when he went out, tell a lie, February of 1989, when he had that barn-burning scrap with Iran Barkley, who famously knocked out Tommy Hearns the fight before, when he, for the WBC middleweight crown, and he beat Iran Barkley, his next fight was Sugar Ray Leonard, December of 89, with some big, mad money. That's when Trump just opened up his new hotel. I mean, the Mirage Hotel just opened up, right? So when them man go out and fight, they keep it at, look, we're the seniors in this thing, so we're only gonna speak the senior. We're only gonna speak and fight the senior guys. We're not gonna go fight, you know what I mean? We're not gonna fight these young bucks, because we don't need to fight these young bucks. These young bucks ain't really earned the right to fight me. You know what I mean? This is how it goes.
That's correct.
Right?
That's correct.
This is just how it goes. Exactly, Egner. When you're talking about the Terry Norris fight, Sugar Ray Leonard, the Terry Norris fight, that was in 1991 and 1991 or 1990. Yeah, right? And that was February of 91. He was at that time there now, Sugar Ray Leonard only took that fight because he saw that Terry Norris got knocked out by Julian Jackson. Because he was offered for Sugar Ray Leonard to fight Julian Jackson. He said, "No, I don't want it." But Leonard was dumb at that time because he badly wanted to fight at Madison Square Gardens. He never even fought at Madison Square Gardens before. And they made that fight at Madison Square Gardens where he got greatly undercut in purse money as well. Because I think Leonard got like $5 million for that fight. That's Sugar Ray Leonard, right? And he took that fight and he got beat hands down. Why? Because you don't give these young bucks the opportunity to go in against you.
Yes. Skyline, the editor, he be explaining to himself because he's blocked. So I don't even know who your message is, Skyline, the editor. Whoever RN was, is gone. He ain't explaining nothing. Go on, carry on.
Chrissy Blue, taking liberties. Yeah, goodbye. Anyway, but
bro, what's that? I don't even know he's an RN. These men want to come in there with their no picture and start chatting nonsense. Get out of here, man. This is what I'm saying. These are the guys that are blocked. I'm not on it. I'm not on it. We time anyone who calls Anthony Yarde a ducker obviously don't know boxing. You don't know boxing, or you're a bot, or you work for a rival promoter. That's it. Simple. Anyway, Spencer. Yes, and you're right. Canelo really shouldn't be giving these young bucks the opportunity because it's it's not your generation, you know. And again, to me, it shows the greatness of this man here. This man here. Remember, he's had over 60 fights, Spencer. Canelo.
It's incredible.
I think now he's up to 65 fights.
Mad.
But he's 33 years of age.
Mad.
And you know, what next for? Let's start. You know, let's ask the question. What next for? Bivol is fighting Zinad, a guy called, what's his first name? Something Zinad. I actually watched his fight because the reason I watched it
for the first.
Yeah. I actually watched Zinad's fight because it came up on my YouTube. And I saw he was fighting this so-called British guy that was rated above Anthony, and nobody's ever seen him in Britain. Some Jerome brother. I don't know whether you know about him, Spencer. I've never seen this guy box in the UK. Wait, let me just get the ratings up. Yeah, and so when I saw it come on, when I see it, I said, let me watch this fight here. This was just yesterday before it was announced that he's fighting Bivol. So the guy's full name is Jerome Pampiloni. Yeah, Jerome Pampiloni. He was rated above Ant in the British rankings. And I'm like, hold on, have I missed the trick here? Have I missed something?
So where's he fight out?
So
Germany.
New Zealand or Australia, one of them places there. Yeah, and he was 18-0, but he fought Malik Zinad the other day. Malik Zinad boxed his ears off. He had Buddy McGurk in the corner. Buddy McGurk, you know, said, listen, he's a work in progress. But he went over there and upset the apple cart. And so he's 20, he was 21-0, 16 KOs. I know he was based, I'm sure he was based over with Skyline the editor. I've never heard of this guy. This is what I'm trying to say. Where did these man get these rankings from? I've never heard of him. I know he definitely ain't fought no Kovalev. He ain't fought no Beterbiev. So how you rating man higher? That's never even put their record. All these guys. That
Send me the thing on WhatsApp. Send me the you. Let me just look at it.
Yeah. All these the New Zealand you that was rated. He's rated as a British guy. I'm sending it to you now. Yeah. All these guys that you're saying are rated higher than another person. How are you gonna rate someone who's never gone into a fight where there is a possibility that they can lose? How can you put a man? Obviously, a man is gonna stay unbeaten if he's never ever challenged himself. So this is my point always with these ranking systems. You're putting a man that's never even fought for a world title ahead of a man that's fought for 2 world titles.
You got one loss though, Tonya.
Yeah, that was against this Zinad guy who's now got the call up for Bivol on 3 weeks' notice. So listen, again, this is what real fighters do. They don't get the call and reject it when it's their first opportunity. Imagine being unbeaten and then getting a call up to fight a legitimate world champion. What?
So Malik Zin has got the call up, yeah?
Yeah, Zinad's got the call up. So he's fighting Bivol. You understand? So I'm like,
okay.
It don't make sense. Like, this is what a real fighter, someone who's not cherry picking, does. You go and you fight. And then it is what it is. There is no shame, regardless of what any haters want to say. There is no shame losing to an elite, unbeaten champion. All that can happen is that you learn and you take away from the experience, which is what Jaime Munguia is going to do now. He's got that in the tank.
Daddy's working.
He's got that in the tank. He that can't be taken away from him, you know? And yeah, he touched the floor for the first time in his career. Again, that's experience, Spencer. That's experience. You see what I'm saying? You can't buy these things. You can't pray for them. You can't wish for them. You got to experience them. And this is why, when all said and done, Jaime Munguia now dropping, he's not dropping. Now his career is at 43-1 with 34 KOs. But guess what? He's got Alvarez on his resume. He's got that experience, Spencer. You see what I'm saying? You see, this is fighters. Now, it's a different situation if you've had those big fights and then a man's trying to give you 3 weeks like you're craving for the money. No, you don't, that's not how it goes. But when I'm saying, when you remember, forgive me if I'm mistaken, but isn't every fighter's dream to become a world champion?
It should be.
Huh?
It should be.
So when you get an opportunity, why wouldn't you take it? I don't.
Yeah, I'm looking at this guy. I'm looking at this guy's record now.
What is a man waiting for? And you know.
So wait, then what countries is Malik from, son?
Malik I think he's originally from Malta, if I'm not mistaken. He's from Malta.
Yeah, Maltese, yeah.
There's only like 2 fighters in Malta. There's only like 2 fighters in the whole of the building.
He's Libyan. He's originally born in Libya.
Libya. There's only like 2 fighters in the whole of Libya. The man took the gamble. He won against the unbeaten Jerome Pampeloni. And now
Right. But so this guy's trained by Buddy McGurk.
Yeah, Buddy McGurk was in the corner. Yeah. So I think he just went to Buddy McGurk. So Buddy McGurk is in there again. Next payday for Buddy. And this is what happened. When you love the sport, you get the opportunities. You get the opportunity as a trainer and as a fighter as well. So, but obviously it's about the fighter. The fighter is the number one thing. I've said it for a long time. It's all about the fighter. Everyone is there to assist the fighter. But you do need a good trainer. You do need a support system, someone that really got your best interests at heart. Buddy is proven. Buddy's proven, and so now his charge has the opportunity. It's a long shot, but stranger things have happened. He's a good boxer. Yep. He's got a decent jab, moves well. Obviously, seems to have a good chin. Because they was raving about this Pampeloni like he's a massive puncher. He takes people out early. I mean, if you look at his record, 3rd round KO, 1st round KO, 2nd round KO, 2nd round KO, 3rd round KO, 1st round KO, 1st round KO, 1st round KO, 1st round KO. Bro, this guy's used to his last 3 fights, he knocked everybody out in 1 round. But then look at the people that he was fighting. He was supposed to do that. The first challenge which he took, he lost. He lost. But now, guess what? Pampeloni has got that experience under his belt. And now he knows what doesn't work. He can try something different. So I think it's all a case of fighters stepping up. Yeah, that's right. I think, and now I remember reading that Joe Gallagher was training him. I definitely, you're right, Steve. You're right there, mate. I do remember that now. Yeah, I remember reading that. Yes, TBG. Listen, Canelo's a G. He ain't slowing down. Remains the top, the king of the throne, so to speak. Although Ring Magazine doesn't have him rated as the number 1 pound for pound. I think now they've got Inui as the number 1 pound for pound and Crawford number 2. Again, that don't make no sense to me. It don't make no sense to me, man. It don't make no sense to me. It don't make no sense to me. Crawford is head and shoulders above every fighter. And he's proven it. He's proven it. And now, all this thing about not taking these opportunities when they're presented to you for the first time, what do you think is going to happen? What, it's going to get easy? Bro, now they're saying Benavidez is coming to light heavy. Benavidez is fighting Gvozdyk. Benavidez is fighting Gvozdyk. That is not an easy fight, I tell you that much, because Gvozdyk is his only losses against Beterbiev, which is no shame. And Gvozdyk is an Olympic gold medalist. He is a very, very strong fighter. A very strong fighter. So I'm going to be so interested to see how Benavidez deals with Gvozdyk. But that ain't scheduled to be an easy fight. And it's a brilliant co-main event for Gervonta Davis versus Frank Martin, which I guess we're going to touch on that. We've already 43 minutes in. Spencer, we have to speak about this Ryan Garcia situation. It has filled all articles, all podcasts, all of boxing this week. Ryan failing an initial drugs test, a B sample comes back, and now he's failed another substance. So now we're talking about multiple substances he's failing in these tests. What's your take on it?
Listen, Tunde, right? I appeared on Boxing King Media, big them up, you know what I mean? Where I said, like, right, that's some cheating business. Now, all I was getting is, but have the same energy like what you had for Conor Ben. Or have that. No, I ain't got no relationship with Ryan Garcia. I'm just keeping this 100. No, but I haven't though. What relationship where I can't pick up the phone and question Ryan Garcia and get the kind of answers that will make me feel satisfied or give a man the benefit of the doubt? Do you understand? Just like when you spoke to Conor. Do you know what I mean? But man's jumping on me trying to say like, no, I'm telling man this straight. that it's not just one thing that's come up, it's multiple things now.
Yeah, that's the point I'm making.
And the thing I want man to realize, was it last week, the week before last Saturday, when the fight happened, when we come off air, me and Tunde are still talking like this on the we talk for about an hour after, right? And
Yes.
Tunde said, you know what, Spence? Don't be surprised if they don't find him with something inside of him, because he look a bit too strong for me.
Remember, I said it after the
Right.
fight. I said to my brother Spencer, I said, Spence, something is telling me this guy is gonna fail this drugs test. I just had a feeling. I'm like, listen, you know, we won the fight, but it's just the manner of everything, the way this whole thing played out. You know, it just didn't seem correct. And I don't know. All of this is really a black eye on the sport again. Another situation. And you know what? I feel it for Devon more than anyone, because, you know, these young men, these boxers put their lives on the line every time they step in the ring. And now you're up against someone who is knowingly cheating. I'm not saying you ain't hearing it, but I'm saying what the VADA results are saying. And not only Ryan Garcia, but there have been many people who are knowingly taking drugs. Jerome Miller is another one. And they're allowed to go back in the ring. That don't make no sense to me, Spence. Isn't boxing dangerous enough or challenging enough as it is to now compete against someone who is cheating?
Ton, unfortunately, and me just keeping this thing 100, it's like the sport is dangerous. The sport is, and it should be cleaned up. But at the same time, right, dealing with somebody like Ryan Garcia, he has fallen into the trap of the boy that has cried wolf, because he cried wolf about all his antics before and blah. So now this air, you can't blame it on nothing but what it is, and that's the truth, Ton.
Let's before we carry on this, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you one of the quickest European champions that ever lived. The one, the only Mr. These Scottish men are serious, you know. They can fight, bro. I'm telling you, these men, they don't mess about. A very exciting fighter, one, you know, that I'm sure we're gonna see again, and I'm sure he's gonna tell us. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to the fight is right, the one, the only, Mr. Lee McGregor.
What's happening, lads?
How you doing, Lee?
Thanks for having me.
Switch
Yeah,
put him in the middle, man.
So again, how do
Put
I do
Lee
it?
in the middle.
Okay.
Let me see. Wait there. No, that's not it. That's me in the middle.
Me
How do I
okay,
put Lee
yeah?
in the middle? Wait there. I'm trying to see how I can put Lee in the middle. What's that say? Shift. This is why we need money. Shift the layout.
Yeah.
So,
Don't worry about it.
you know,
Lee,
yeah,
There
you
you
see, you
go.
gotta work it out, mate.
there you go.
Thanks
There
for
you
having
go.
me, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.
Nah, listen, pleasure for you jumping on. Lee, last time we saw you, you was coming up second best for the vacant IBL world title, right? Like it was
Yeah.
Rubeless, yeah?
Yeah.
And I know your skill set and all the rest of it, because I just saw this massive leap from like back in the day when you was on the MTK shows, and I was working on those shows, so I got to see quite a few of your fights. I got to commentate and work on quite a few of your fights, and it was kind of like maybe things were happening a bit too quickly for you.
Yeah. Just one of
Maybe.
them, Spencer, it was like, kind of like became a victim of my own success, you know, like I like blasting through these guys and like progressing it like stupidly fast rate, and then you're almost like, so you just got to go back to made my professional debut at a young age, 19, 20-year-old. I had 2 4-rounders against, yeah, like you say, journeyman, and then I didn't do any 6-rounders because to be able to fight for a title, you have to have done a scheduled 8-rounder. So my team, the McGregors I was with at the time, said like the way I was progressing in the gym, it was like, we want you to fight for titles ASAP, so we're going to skip 6 rounds, and I went straight to an 8-rounder. And then I knocked the guy out in the second round. So, and then my fourth professional fight, still only 20, 21 years old, was a 10-round IBF World Youth title, over
Yes,
10
sir.
rounds. And I hadn't been by round 2 going into that fight. Again, knocked that guy out in the 4th round. And then my 5th fight, just my 5th fight, I hadn't been by round 4 in my career. And I went in a 12-round Commonwealth title fight, who we all know, against a tough man, Thomas Asomba, and what was an unbelievable fight. I showed
Who's
everything
now the
in that
European
fight.
champion.
And he's now got my old belt. He now
Yes.
holds my belt. And then it was like 6, 7 fights was again defending the Commonwealth, I think. And then I went into that huge fight with Cash Farouk, the British and
Vicious
Commonwealth
fight.
titles on the line. That was my 8th fight. And then I think, I stand by this. I think I'm the quickest fighter in Britain to do British, Commonwealth, European titles. And I know, again, I'm not one like, listen, I do my work in the ring, and I don't go on social media and shout about much, but I almost felt like I wanted to win. I know, listen, Adam Azim, great fighter. He done it in the same amount of fights as me, 10 fights. But technically, I still done it quicker, because I think he got rid of his guy in like maybe round 8 or 9 in his 10th fight, and I was a 1-round job with Kenny Guffey. So technically, I'm quicker. But Sky went on and said that Azim was. But I think it's both a great achievement from the both of us. But going back on what you said, just a wee bit of victim of my own success. Went at a fast rating, and everybody just kept expecting me to step up. Like, I know guys, I've only had 14 fights, and I know guys who are like 14-0 who still haven't even really had a 12-round hard title fight. It's one of them. I've been like that even when I was amateur. I was fighting against the best. I've seen one of the comments yesterday. I fought Sonny Edwards in the amateurs in the GB finals. I'd only had like 10, 11 amateur fights, and he was like the golden boy of England, like won everything, all the GBs going up to it. And it was like my 11th, 12th fight, and I ended up beating him in the final of the GBs. And then fast forward a month or two later, that championship was a selection for the World Youth Championships. And I was at the World Youth Championships back in 2014 with 13 fights under my belt, with the likes of Shakur Stevenson was there, Andy Cruz, the Cuban, was there. There was some top names there, and I was like, we were all young back then, do you know what I mean? But these guys were so much more experienced than me, and I just, again, amateurs was the exact same as the pros. I was thrown in the deep end, it was sink or swim, and I just kept coming out on top, and I feel like that's why it's made me the fighter I am today. I just feel this mindset will go in there and fight anyone.
Well, you're fighting on the weekend. Sorry, Ton. You're fighting next week.
Yeah, finally, obviously, and then when going at that fast rate, a lot of hiccups along the way, as people know. It doesn't go all well and smoothly, and it's been a really frustrating time for me. You know, it's without going into too much, it's been tough. Like I said, I turned professional in 2017. 27 years old now. I've got a 5-year-old daughter. I've been away from home ever since I turned professional in 2017. I've only now just come back home after that last defeat in July. So still in 2024, so 7 years. And even before then, I was on GB in Sheffield. So I've never been at home. I've been away for so long, missed a lot of family, missed a lot of my daughter growing up. All the sacrifices that I know I needed to make. But after that loss and everything like that, just people think, like, they see under the bright lights and they think, oh, I would love to be in his shoes. He must be getting this. He must be doing that. He must be making lots of money, and they couldn't really be further from the truth. You know, it's yeah, you have your ups, but your downs as well. Yeah.
You know what? I'm listening to you, Lee, and you know, there's a lot of similarities. You mentioned Adam Azim there. You mentioned also that you was at that time managed by the McGregors.
Yeah.
I mean, we see this trajectory that Adam's going on now. I mean, I don't know if you speak to him or anything, but I mean, what would your advice be, you know, to him going through what you've gone through in the sport of boxing?
Yeah, again, he's probably very similar to myself, like you said, same age, progressing like at a really fast rate. Everybody talking about him, raving about him. My advice would just be like you've just got to stick as listen to your team. Do you know what? Like everyone will have their opinions on what they want to say about managers and promoters, and things have happened with management and promoters, and it's not stuff to go and talk about on camera. What I will say about McGuigan's is that they really are good at picking, building up their fighters. You know, picking the right opponents at the right times, making the fights relative to how they're working in the gym with the way they're sparring, styles. You know, I really rate the way they progress their fighters, and they've never really done a bad job with any fight they've worked with. I think Shane's a great coach. I've always said that. I never split ways because of didn't rate him as a coach. It's the same way. I've been fortunate enough to work with, in my opinion, three of the best coaches in the UK, and Shane McGuigan, Grant Smith, and definitely Ben Davison as well, who I really rate. I never ever left any of these coaches because they made me a worse fighter. Definitely not. It's just circumstances. Things happen. Things change. And but just so grateful to every single person that I've worked with. And again, trainers, managers, promoters play a huge part in fighters coming up through the ranks. And I think Adam will be fine, but he just needs to obviously like learn his trade. I feel like he will be pushed at the right rate, and I'm excited to see how far he can really go.
Okay, so with you now, you got this fight. This is like a bring back fight. So
Yeah.
you're back next week. That's going to be on Channel 5, I believe, right?
No, this one is so basically the situation is obviously I'm with still contracted with Wasserman. Things have just been a bit all over the place just now. I agreed to fight Isaac Lowe at the back end of last year. I picked up an injury, and then we rescheduled it for early this
So
year.
you've now moved up in weight to featherweight, right?
Yeah, well, that was the plan. Yeah, I was going to fight
Right.
him at featherweight. It was a good fight for both of us. I think it was an easy fight to make, so we had agreed that, and then I got injured, but then it was rescheduled for early in the year. But then Isaac went elsewhere, and he decided that he was fighting on the Fury Usyk card, which again is understandable. Nobody's going to turn down an opportunity like that. So then we were going to go a different way. But then, if you can remember, obviously Tyson's cut made them postpone that first date, and they got a new date. And then our management spoke about the new date and said, "How about making the fight for the new date?" And all management, everything agreed. As far as I'm aware, everything was agreed, and we were going to be fighting on the Fury Usyk card. And however, just as the weeks went by, when I was waiting on announcements, nothing was coming, and I've just felt like I'm sitting here just waiting about. It's going to be, and that's why I feel like I wasn't at my best in my last fight, that world title fight, when I fell short because I was inactive. I
Yeah.
didn't. I was rusty. I had when you're not fighting regularly, your weight goes up, and I wasn't as down as what I should have been, and I had to cut more weight than what I wanted to. So many factors. So then I felt like the same thing was happening, waiting on this Isaac Lowe fight being confirmed, and then just out of nowhere, I heard and I was told that basically he doesn't want to fight. So I just closed the book with that, and I went back and forward with management, and Sam Kinnock, who I get on well with, I know well, he's promoting a show up here in Scotland, in Glasgow, on the 17th of May, round about the same date as that Saudi. It's actually the same night as Fury Usyk. So I said to my managers, I said to Wasserman, I said to Sam Kinnock, like, let's just get me on the show. I don't care who it is, what's happening. I'm not going. I'm 27 now. Like, people expected me to be a world champion by now, and I feel like just I'm not really getting anywhere. So I want to get back enjoying the sport again, get back active, like what you just said there, Spencer. It's a sort of get back in the ring, but I want to have a couple of these. I want to have back-to-back fights because, like you said here, every fight I've had has been championship fight. It's like, and as you all know, when you prepare for a championship fight, you do a really hard, grueling training camp.
Yes.
You have to make weight. It's hard making weight, like especially when I'm big and stuff for the weight. So I thought I want to take this sort of next couple of months to have back-to-back fights. Not at championship weight, not against championship fighters. But listen, I think it's confirmed, and I'm matched with a. I'm never going to get like a journeyman fight. I've achieved too much to get that. So the guys are always going to come and try and prove a point. As we've seen before, fights that I've been expected to win, and they've come and given me a fight, and it's no different. But this one, I think I've got a Colombian who's 15 wins, 4 losses. So it's still a guy with a winning record, so I still need to be switched on. I want to get the job done there, and I want to be back in the ring in June. And then realistically, October, September time, I want to be back involved in big title fights. And I'm even open to offers. I'll fight as heavy as super featherweight. I feel like I can mix it with the guys at super featherweight as well. Featherweight, super featherweight, that I'm going to be happy enough to take any fight in Britain at them weights. I just need 2, 3 sort of get the momentum back, get the activity back, get back enjoying it. And honestly, I'm not want to call names, as you know, but anybody that's going to be put forward to me at the weights in Britain, there's
No. You got to start calling man out, Lee.
Nah, I feel like that's what I do have to do. I feel like that's what I do have to do, but it's just, I don't know. It's just not me. Maybe I'm gonna have to get some training. Maybe I'm gonna have to get some training on that side of things to start doing.
No, but Lee, obviously, there are certain guys out there, yeah. Ideally, because you was with Ben Davison,
Yeah.
and now you're no longer working with him. You said like it was no reason, but
No,
you
of
just
course
want to be
not,
close to your family and all the rest, which I understand. Who's training you right now, Lee?
I'm home. I'm training my old amateur coaches and my brother, just who I've started my amateur career with. Alex Arthur helps out now and again. Just being at home, just sort of training with my amateur team. That got me far. So I just want to get back enjoying it, like I've said. Get the summer out of the way, back-to-back fights, and then I really need to sit down. And then, like we said, when I get offered that, I know it's coming. There's going to be big fights there, and then I'll probably really need to sit down and everyone close to me and make a decision on what I need to do. But sometimes I feel like, and I don't mean this in an arrogant way or a big-headed way, but like up here in Scotland, when I'm training up here, like I am that guy. Like I'm that guy who everyone wants to be with and look up to and like ask for advice. Like I'm that guy. So it's like, how am I going to get better? Like who am I around? And that's, I've always been in the gym with world class fighters. You know, Josh Taylor. My full career, I've built off the back of him. I was with him at McGregor's, and I was with him with Ben's. I feel like when you're in the gym with world class fighters, you just pick up things, even just when you're watching others sparring. It's just boxing. I feel like as well as being home, it's great. You know, I'm in my own house right now. I'm going to go to my own bed tonight. My daughter's in the next door room to me. I'll take her to nursery school in the morning. Like these things I love, and it's great. But we all know sometimes like you do need to be away. So again, I fell out of love with boxing for a little bit towards the back end of last year and that. So I just want to get the love back, and then I sit down with everyone close to me, and then we have to decide what I'm going to do.
All right. So ideally, if you could name 3 fights that you would enjoy for 2024, right? After we get rid of this little idiot man on a weekend, right?
Yeah.
What's the fights? Name them. Come on. What are the fights?
I hate
Don't
naming
tell me
names,
no
to be
nonsense
honest.
about you're not like, no, tell me the fights that you want, because this is the fight is right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the right fight.
I would like to go, depending on the weights and the situations. Isaac Lowe's still a fight that's a decent, it's a good fight for me. I feel like
Great fight. Great
I
fight.
feel like he's just above that British level, just below the world title level. So deal with him convincingly. And then you start looking towards the big fight. Like, see, even I know I'm probably going to campaign at featherweight, but see guys like, again, I don't like saying names, but another name that stands out to me that's going to, like, I think would be an unbelievable fight. Josh Warrington, featherweight.
Big fight.
That's
It's a
2.
big fight. Scotland Leeds. There's loads. Again, like I'd fight anyone. You put any name to me, and I'm going to reply to you. Yes, 100%. That's just me, not being cheeky, not being arrogant. I would take the fight as long as it made sense and everything was right. And like I says, a back in the ring and I've had my activity and I've got my momentum back. Like when I got offered that fight with Robles, like he never beat me because he was better than me. There's not a hope in hell. Like if people know what I went through for that fight, you never. It was just a miracle I even got through the fight and fought the way I did. You know, I really, really struggled. I know it was up at super bantamweight, but I was always huge for bantamweight. And then I'd been inactive for like 10, 11 months as well. And I was really heavy when I got the call. And it was like 8 weeks out. And just even making the weight was really, 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 really tough. And then to fight the way I did. But I thought, make the weight, I'll recover and I can win this fight. I made the weight and I just couldn't recover. Even the night before the fight, after I'd refueled, after I'd done everything what we all do, I still couldn't sleep. I woke up the day of the fight, that moment you've been waiting for your whole life, and I dreaded the whole day. You know, like I didn't sleep a wink. There was nothing I wanted to do more than say, look, like I can't fight. I feel horrendous. I was never ever going to do that. The whole world had come. Like my opponent had come all the way over from Mexico. Tyson Fury was there. My whole city was buzzing for it. Imagine me just turning around saying, "Oh, I've not slept. I'm not fighting." Like it's just impossible. I knew my heart wouldn't give up on me, but everything else, it was a battle. It was tough. But for me to get through that, feeling the way I was feeling, it gives me confidence to know when I do everything right and I go back in and I get everything back and I do everything properly, I'm going to be involved in some big fights and some exciting fights, and I feel like I've got so much more to give. People forget I still am only 27 years old. I've still got loads to offer.
Listen,
Well, Lee,
listen. One thing I can say: anyone who comes in the show, magical things happen for them. I'll tell you that for a fact. Magical things happen. So, listen, it's been fantastic listening to your story. We wish you nothing but the best. So you're out the 18th of May.
18th.
In Scotland, and we want the fight. So the promoters out there, we're ready. I ain't your manager, but I'm talking as your manager. We want Josh Warrington. We want Lee, even Lee Wood. Any of these men here at featherweight, we're ready. I'm officially Lee McGregor's spokesperson. So please, promoters,
Tunde, you can do the dirty work for me.
I told you that. This is what I'm trying to say. People, they make noise that I talk too much, but I mean, you made a point. I've listened to you so quietly. You guys, you fighters, you modern day gladiators, people have to understand that when all's said and done, you're going back to your families. You want to make a living. You have to make money. I don't know why people are so scared to say that you have to make money. You're putting your life on the line. You're leaving your family. You're going away to training camps. We ain't doing this for nothing. We want money. We want money. So please, who's ever managing you, let's get Lee's money up. We need money, and we're ready to fight. We're ready for Josh Warrington. We're ready to sell out Lee's or whatever. Josh Warrington.
Even the super featherweight guys. There's some big
even
fights
super featherweight
as well. But this is the situation. This is the problem that I'm in. Because I've done all that at bantamweight, I was European champion on the verge of a world title. I feel like right now I'm going to go super featherweight. But then if I was to go back to British level, would I get judged, or is that the right thing to do? Like I think even like Reece Bellotti and that, there's another great fight for me.
Come on, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't know who's talking for you, but while you're on this show, I'm speaking for you. Reece Bellotti,
I need these two back-to-back fights, and then I'll start letting these guys know. I've just come off the back of that loss in July. There, we're now in May. It's new. That's been a long time, so I can't really start going like, oh, come and fight me.
And I totally understand that.
I'm gonna prove that's me back, and then I'm gonna be in a position where these fights have to happen. I'm not like there's gonna be no option. So.
And your manager should be
instead of doing that with a mouth. I'm gonna do. I've always done that. I'll do my
no. But this is what I'm trying to say. You're saying it instead of doing it with your mouth, but your mouth is being closed, but no one is speaking for you. So I'm saying that I'm saying on behalf of Lee McGregor, we need 2 warm-up fights. We need 2 run-outs, 100%. And then we're ready. So this is the issue I had with Yarde. Yeah, they after the Beterbiev fight, they want us to jump straight back in with Jai Opateo. I'm like, no, brother, it's not going like that. It's happening. We're having 2 warm-up fights, and then we're ready.
You need
So
to be
that's
honest with yourself sometimes, don't you?
and
Instead of
of
just being
course you have
the
to
brave
talk.
guy all the time, which I've done many times. Oh, go on then, go on then, go on then.
Yeah, because
Sometimes, like you
listen,
said, you've
from
got bills to pay, you've got mouths to feed, you've got families, you've got careers.
Come
100%,
on.
100%, you have to
And
give yourself
closed
the best
mouths
chance.
don't get fed.
We're not ducking or dodging, but we're fighters, we're winners. We want to be in the best position to challenge ourselves, and that means sometimes we have to have warm-up fights. And you're saying it here on the Fight Is Right. Give me 2 warm-up fights. We've got one scheduled already, another one maybe, and then we're good to
That's
go.
it. 100%.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, it's
Nice
been
one.
fantastic having Lee McGregor. And as I say, anyone who usually graces our show, good things happen to them. And I wish you nothing but the best in your career. And I'll be watching closely, sir. So
It's
thank you
coming.
for coming on, Lee.
Thank
Big
you
up,
guys.
Lee.
Thanks for
Take
having
care.
me.
God bless.
Speak to you soon, all right? Cheers, guys.
Yes.
Cheers.
Love you,
Yes.
bro.
Yeah, big up. But this game's hard. I'm trying
Trust me.
to show man when I'm talking, there are some people out there that feel that I shouldn't talk. Fighters are a rare breed of individuals. They want to fight. They're not in this talking thing. A lot of these guys are not. Not everyone is a Floyd Mayweather or they're just calm, as Denzel said. They're calm brothers. So what I'm trying to say is, when they got people representing them, they need someone to talk for them. You see, if I was managing Lee now, he'd be everywhere, bro. He'd be everywhere. What's this guy doing with his chicken, bro? And you had to put the mayonnaise on it in it. That's mayonnaise on the thing.
No,
Spencer's
it's the bite mark.
Anyway, look, listen. We haven't even touched the show yet. We was on this Ryan Garcia thing. It's not a good look, Spence. It's absolutely not.
No, it's disgusting. I'm just going to keep this thing 100. It's absolutely disgusting.
I don't know where I saw it today, but someone's saying that he could be given a 2-year ban. And if that's the case, what baffles me is now, look, Devin Haney has lost his unbeaten record, yeah, against someone that we believe was cheating. Now, he suffered 3 knockdowns in that fight. Or was it 4 or 5 knockdowns?
No, he got wobbled. Remember, he got wobbled. He got knocked down 3 times, innit?
Yes. Yeah. And these things are damaging.
Yep.
I heard Devin say that he ain't even really interested in a rematch with Ryan Garcia. And what is baffling to me is why so many people are backing this Ryan Garcia.
Tunde.
I don't get it, Spence.
Tunde. I think it's because a lot of people didn't like the success of Devin Haney. A lot of people could also feel aggrieved because I know you saw that.
Go, Spence. Go.
A lot of people felt aggrieved by Devin beating Lomachenko in a cold fight. And it's more to think like, well, good. You tried to do things your certain way, and now it hasn't worked out that way. So I think that has a lot to do with it. And also, nobody thought nobody thought that Ryan Garcia could have performed the way that he did. Nobody did. Right?
Master, they ain't never seen Spence jump through an IFL TV. That's because this is his thing.
Yeah, exactly. When man talk about you never seen me, brother. I Nyam on there as well. You ain't watched the latest videos. Since Tunde said, I said, brother, the only reason why I don't eat on there is because I'm not relaxed there. But I said, you know what? From now on, anytime I do them interviews, I Nyam food on there.
No. You're giving them too much power. That's our thing. It's not for them.
That's our thing too.
Yeah. Anyway, suspense.
Right. Well, what I'm saying is, because of that hatred that they got for Devin,
it's mad.
Yeah. that hatred is so serious that man will overlook that my man took drugs and they'll fight the battle hard like they never took drugs.
You know what? My good friend from Ghana, I know he's watching right now, Nana. Yes, I did say Ghana, Daniel J. Boateng. He's saying to me that he feels that it could be, and I said to him, well, we don't know. No one really knows that. Because he came down hard on certain groups, that this could be like a get back. You know, the conspiracy. A story wouldn't be a story about a conspiracy. What do you think about that, Spence? Because he was going hard, and people were like, you know,
Tunde, I rate on certain things which you were speaking about, yeah?
Yes.
Right? But, yet again, when we're speaking about certain things and, you know, the powers, the Illuminati, and all the rest of it, okay, cool. I hear all of that. But also, just because he's speaking against certain things does not mean that all of a sudden people are going to come down him like a ton of bricks because he's speaking against certain things. Maybe he was doing all of that just for it to be a case like, rah, if I get catch with this drugs thing, I'm going to blame that. Because you calculated.
But
you can't tell me what calculated.
Do you think it, and no disrespect, but do you think he's that intelligent is the wrong word, but do you think he's that smart enough to have that kind of foresight? That seems a bit, that seems a bit.
I don't think Tunde, he had to sell a fight, yeah, and going by the pay-per-view numbers weren't that good.
No. What are you talking about? They're saying that it was close to 1 million.
The pay-per-view?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
But then, I mean, that's what we heard, 900,000 odd. I think Eddie Hearn tweeted that. But then I heard, I think it was Robert Diaz say that the official numbers don't come out until 10 days after the fight, which I think is now. So, but from what I hear, it is close to 1 million pay-per-view by Spence.
Well, if that is the case, that's fantastic, Tom.
Yes.
It's good money.
It's such a touchy story.
What I'm saying is I'm not buying into the narrative of it because you spoke out. That's a lot of numbers there. TGB. So was that TBG?
Yeah, TBG.
That's big numbers.
That's what I heard.
Right. Yeah. But what I'm not going to do, I'm not going to, because he spoke out against something, and I'm going to give that energy. Oh, because he spoke out against that's the reason why things ain't working out for him. I don't believe that one bit.
But you know what? Again, we see Ryan Garcia in I'm just, the way I'm looking at it, if this was the other way around, yeah, would we see Devon in Canelo's changing room? Would we see Devon? Would these guys be aligning themselves to Devon if Devon was in Ryan's shoes?
No.
Or vice versa.
They wouldn't be.
Would Jake Paul be so quick to do an Insta live with Devon after this happened?
No, they wouldn't be.
It's madness.
Donald
Trump is all inviting Ryan Garcia to the thing. I'm like, this don't make no sense to me. No. It's like this is blatant. This is blatant, Spencer. So now you have the influence to, although you have been publicly verified a drug sheet, still have the influence to bring in political powers and still being able to get their support. I don't understand it. I just feel that this is not an even playing field in the ring or outside of the ring, Spence.
It's not.
It's a shame. It's actually absolutely a shame. Eddie believes. Steve Bailey says Eddie believes Devon's undefeated record will be restored. I'm not sure if it will happen though. It hasn't happened for other fighters in similar situations.
It's not.
And
that's
I
not.
cannot
That's
see
not.
it happening myself.
No, it's not going to happen. But what could happen? Yeah, it could happen. Sorry, it can happen. I'll tell you why. 2004, I believe, when James Toney fights John Ruiz for the vacant WBA title that Roy Jones beat John Ruiz for, right? What happened was Ruiz and James Toney fought, and James Toney failed for anabolic steroid. Yeah?
Yes.
James Toney won the fight, and then what happened was the fight was declared a no contest.
Okay.
So therefore, that could be the case, because if it is on the rules, then Devon and his dad or his team or whoever's in there, they could push for that to be overturned, but not overturned, but to be ruled as a no contest, right? And then that's what could happen. That fight will go down as a no contest. But regardless that it's a no contest, in the minds and in the consciousness of the people that witnessed that fight, you're still lost, even though they gave it a no contest.
I even hear Ronnie Shields, the great Ronnie Shields, say drugs wasn't nothing to do with the fight.
You know what? I hear that, right? But
Yeah.
as I said, after we finished the show 2 weeks ago, after we finished the show, me and Tunde was sat down and we was talking, and Tunde said, "Do not be surprised, Spence, if it don't come out that Ryan Garcia pops dirty." Okay? Because the brother just looked too strong in that fight.
Bro, and too accurate. I don't think I've ever seen Ryan Garcia box like that. I've never seen him box like that in my life. And you could see the shock on Devon's face. And because Devon's got so much heart, he continued to go through like a warrior. But I don't know. Ryan Garcia, again, it's one of those things, isn't it? Ryan Garcia claims he's never taken drugs. I don't know a drug taker that's been caught that says they did take the drugs.
Gerard Miller did.
Larry Alawala, remember? Remember Larry?
Who?
Larry
Listen,
Alawala.
the War Machine. The War Machine.
Yeah, the War Machine.
He had so much drugs in him, he could have opened up 7 Boots Chemists.
Larry, big up Larry. What happened to Larry?
He's gone into acting, isn't it? He was in. He went into acting. He was in some superhero thing.
Big up Larry Olawala. He spoke about the drug taking in boxing for years ago. Years ago, he said so many boxers are taking it. I hate talking about this situation. It's so negative. And I did read a comment on here that says that even our fruit and vegetables are tainted with some form of drugs nowadays. It's
not good. It's not good.
It's not good. I think it's becoming very, very difficult to detect. But we do have these buddies like Vada that are trying their best, and I hope they can continue this. So athletes end up going into a boxing ring on a level playing field.
But unfortunately, Tunde, the thing about it is this: is like you don't know what to take from what not to take. Now you could take anything. Like I could just drink a drink now, and inside the drink, it could have something that's actually banned. Now, I believe, and I said this, I don't just think that when they're trying to say, and I know it's expensive, it is very, very expensive, right? But this drug program thing should not only just be for the fighter, but it should also be for if we want to clean up the sport to its entirety, right? What we should do is test everybody in the camp. The trainers should be tested. The cornermen should be tested. I think everybody, the managers, the promoters, everybody should be tested. So if we want to say like we have a no drug policy, it should go right across the board, right? Because that way, Tunde, if you're going to be on edge about everything because you're not even fighting, but you're going to be on edge. So then it will go down.
Gazi said I don't like that. We tell you that. No, I'm gonna carry on, Spence.
Right, that's what I believe should happen.
But the
right?
thing is, let's be realistic about this. These things come at a huge cost.
I know, and that's why it's going to be a little bit not. You know what
And
I mean?
that's why this is what makes it difficult. Would testing Mick Hennessy be of any use? Big up Mick, old tight original Bermondsey boy. You know the set. Spence, let me just let people know that there is an app, a site called Inform Sports, that you can check every substance, by name. Type in
So
the name.
what's it called? Say the name of it again.
Informed Sports.
Inform Sports.
So you can download that on your app, on the App Store. Everybody should download that. Athletes as well. Informed Sports, and you type in the product you're using, and it comes up with everything. So that is a safeguard for athletes. A lot of boxers, many boxers probably don't even know this, but as a manager, it's part of my job to know this. So do that. It's not a whole deterrent, but we're living in an age now where you can't just say I didn't know, because that's ignorance. You got to, when you're an athlete, an elite athlete, someone who is being paid or having the possibility of earning millions, you can't make no excuses, because people just won't, the general public won't accept it. So it's a safeguard. So every boxer out there, download that on your phones now, Inform Sports, and anything you're taking, I always say, bro, I ain't drinking none of that stuff. That's just me. Yeah, Inform Sports is the app. Let me get it up. Sure. As in INFORMED. Sport.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, so you can download that on your phones. And they have product. Burma Boy says, but not every food or drink will always state all the ingredients. Well, this is a company that has that. This is their app, Spence.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah, this is their app, and they actually have tested certain products. So please, anyone who is not aware of this, download it immediately, especially you boxers that are out there. Yeah, piece of information there for you guys.
Yep. You know what I mean? And we're talking about the drugs thing, yeah?
Yes.
At the time when Archie Moore was the light heavyweight champion of the world, and you have to know, for a man that's held the world title, Archie Moore, can I just see it on there? Was it Power Vibes just said Archie Moore holds the record for the most knockouts? Meaning, because we're talking about the drugs thing, and I know back then Archie Moore was proper old school. You know what I mean? But in those days, it wasn't about taking drugs to cheat. It was about taking recreational drugs to get high, right? But Archie Moore had a ridiculous record, right? He had 100. Let me call this right. He had I think it was 185 wins, right? He had 131 KOs. Some say 134, right? But 131 KOs. And all that man would do is study their craft and train. We're in a time now where the competition rate is become so high, and like people don't believe in themselves, because you could go in against a drug cheat, but because your mental is so in tune that you're going to brack him up anyway. Right? But if you are an elite athlete and you're taking something, you really are taking the biscuit, because you're an elite anyway. Right? I'm not condoning. I'm not saying like it's all right for people who are not elites to take. No, nobody should be taking any form of anything. You know what I mean? Back in the day, it was like, ask James Cook, who works with Tunde Ajayi now, the former British and European super middleweight champion. That man, the most they would take is a Guinness.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely with you on this, Spence. I just feel that the day and age that we're living in, it makes it difficult for, because there's a lot of information and misinformation that's being put out there, and unless you got people who are solid around you, I can guarantee you that 90 to 95% of boxers, registered boxers in this country, don't even know about that app.
I know.
I know 100%, because it's just the time we're living in, and it's very important. And I was listening carefully to what Lee was saying about the management, about the money, and again, it shows me I will never stop being the person I am, and how I look after. I feel I look after these boys, or do the best I can do for them, because there are a lot of boxers who end this game, who end their careers very bitter, very bitter, and sometimes they don't realize how misled and taken advantage of they're being. You understand what I'm saying? That they don't realize how much they're being taken advantage of, because it's common sense and common knowledge that boxers are not usually coming from Cambridge or Oxford University backgrounds. They're street kids, and so it's just important. It's more than important. It's imperative that you have good people around you, and I hope that myself and Spencer go some way in educating these young fighters. And I'm always gonna be there. We said it the other day. Like, all these guys, when I went on to Undefeated podcast, I'm like, bro, don't try to divide me up with these young boys that come from London. I'm here to always try and support them and give them advice. But I'm like, bro, you're giving some next brothers advice, and these men ain't even giving you the proper advice. So, and you're giving them money.
Look,
So
we
why
talk
are you
about
giving
this.
me
We
them?
spoke about it already this morning. Good luck to them people there.
You understand? You're there running, giving these money, and then years later you're complaining, and you're scared to come and see stamina management. Tunde, you're scared to. Well, you're not scared, because when we're not in public, you go and ask Spencer Fearon for advice.
Come on.
You go and teeth the knowledge of Spencer Fearon, but you don't give him no money. You don't give him no money. You just usurp all the information from us and then give it to another person.
Come on.
And that has to stop.
It has stopped.
Otherwise, stop
It has
complaining.
stopped.
Otherwise, stop complaining. Stop complaining. Because I know what you're getting. I know what you're getting. So don't try going like you. A lot of you are playing like you're rich. This is what Lee McGregor was just saying. You're playing like you're getting money. It's not me. Lee McGregor just came, and this is one of the quickest ever European champions in boxing. 27 years young now, and he wants to make up for lost time. So it's the game that we love, but also the game that, if you're not listen, everybody feels pressure at some level, managers, trainers, promoters, but I keep saying this, the fighters are the most important people.
And quite rightly, they should be. You know what I mean? Because without fighters, the whole thing collapses.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because this is the fight business.
Yes, sir.
Simple as that. You can have all the businessmen you want to have, but if there's no fighters, the game's dead.
Yes, sir. Well, Spencer, in under 2 weeks, the Gypsy King. Let's get back to the boxing thing that we're in boxing.
I'll put you around this soon as well.
Is going up against the cerebral master in Alexander Usyk, the unified cruiserweight champion, the undefeated heavyweight champion, the person who has defeated the mighty Anthony Joshua twice. Are we anticipating an upset? What would, in some people's eyes, go down as an upset, meaning that Usyk were to be victorious against Tyson Fury? Or is Tyson Fury gonna do what he does to, in his words, all the dossers, all of them, and bust up all of them? All these money. What kind of fight are we expecting, Spence?
If Usyk came out victorious, it wouldn't be a massive upset, Tunde.
Okay, interesting.
Let's be real. Let's look at Alexander Usyk's incredible career, because his career has been incredible. It wouldn't be a massive upset to me, right? If Tyson Fury beats Usyk, that wouldn't be no great surprise to anyone. And this
That's
what makes
true.
this fight a good fight, because it is the first time, and it is coming up 25. It's the 25th year. You know what I mean? So a quarter of a century since the last time that we had an undisputed champion in Lennox Lewis, and that was November 13th. Right, yeah, that was November 13th, 1999. My apologies.
Come
Right,
on, the
November.
knowledge.
Right, that's when that fight was. I remember because I watched that at Shooter Express dance. Shooter Express had a dance up West End,
Come
and I
on,
was
Studio Express.
yeah, it was me, Country, Horace. It was a couple of us went down to the tick. It was a wicked
I've
dance.
seen Orange for a hot minute.
Nah, he's doing good. I see him at Country birthday. He come down to Country birthday in February. It was blessed to see him, and we was there, and like I was heavily saying that Evander Holyfield was going to beat Lennox Lewis, right? Heavily, and Lennox Lewis boxed a really good fight. Yep, November 13th, 1999. That's right, bro. You like to run to Google? I could just do it off my head top, right? So. And that's the last time we have an undisputed champion. Even though subsequently after that, which I believe was going to happen for this fight, is that once there was an undisputed champion, I remember Turkey Al Sheikh has already made a special belt for these guys, because it's going to be the first time that we've got an undisputed champion in the four belt weight era, right? First time. So we're going to think, wow, it's a massive thing, right? Massive thing. But theoretically, a man that held all of the belts, we had him on the show a few months ago in Riddick Bowl. He had every single belt. He won every single belt. Right? He's the only man in heavyweight history to do that. Even though he didn't hold him at the same time, but he's won every single belt. So is it a massive thing who becomes undisputed champion? Because just like when he won the world title, Lennox Lewis would become undisputed champion, he had to forfeit the WBA title, right? Remember, he got stripped of the WBA because he said, listen, I'm not fighting John Ruiz, who I use as sparring, I punch up. And he fought the more highly rated and more dangerous guy who made better viewing for TV in Michael Grant. And we all know what Lennox Lewis done to Michael Grant. He smashed him to bits, who was an unbeaten fighter. So I can see the same thing happening here. Whoever wins on May the 18th, right, the IBF is going to strip them of the title. And on June the 1st, Daniel Dubois versus Philip Hrgovic is going to get elevated and fight for the vacant world title, for the IBF title. And then the winner of that is going to fight Anthony Joshua in September for the version of the world title. And then Anthony Joshua will go down in history just like Lennox Lewis, just like Muhammad Ali, and just like Evander Holyfield to win the World Heavyweight Championship 3 times. Mark my words on that one.
Come on, the knowledge. The knowledge. You don't get this on no other platform because these guys are reading off a script.
Come on.
The script is in Spencer Fearon's head.
And heart. It's coming from my heart.
And he's backed by the one and only me. So it's done. It's all over. Beautiful, Spencer. Listen, there is no one in the sport of boxing today that can give us the full statistics, the historical meaning of everything. Man like Spencer knows what boxer shorts Ali was wearing when he beat Sonny Liston. That's how much knowledge the knowledge has got. So, bro, no, this cannot be matched. Spencer.
And that was February 25th, 1964.
Excellent. So, Spencer, this week, or it must be yesterday or day before yesterday, we also heard that Artur Beterbiev has now withdrawn from the June 1st 5v5 card, which was the top of the bill, with another injury. Third fight on a row. First one being against AY. Second one being original date being cancelled against Callum Smith. And now against Dimitri Bivol. What can we say? Is it just a case of, listen, the guy will be 40 next year. Injuries, you don't get, these things happen as you get older. The body starts to just don't do things what they used to do. But there's again conspiracy theories of coming out. 3 times now, the original date has been postponed.
Joe Palmer has just put messes up his cycle. That's what I'm saying. You must have seen that in there, Tunde, in the comments there. Right? Exactly. Right. Hood Legend said he is on drugs. Right? So
who said that?
Hood Legend. You know what I mean? So I'm saying, like, we don't big up Drew Alexander. Yeah, I'm a little bit of an encyclopedia. Thank you, bro. Right. So I'm saying this here. It's like, I saw a video that you made where you were saying something ain't right here because it's something that continually happens. And then when you say that, then people are going to say, oh, well, it's sour grapes coming through you guys. But all you're doing is making a basic observation and being analytical of the things that you have witnessed. Are you saying, well, then this always kind of happens? So then what's going on here then? And the thing about it is this, it's like, for you to pull out of this fight here through injury, you must be upset simply because of the magnitude of this fight and also knowing that you are not going to get that kind of money anywhere. Because to the boxing purists, we respect Beterbiev, respect Bivol. But those men ain't no killer draws. But here we had a man called Turkey Al Sheikh that is making everybody run down there because they want that part, that cash. And they're saying, yeah, well, the boxing being revolutionized now because fighters want to be rewarded. And you're saying, well, if you're at that top level, you're the echelon fighter. So therefore, you should get echelon pay. But that doesn't necessarily make sense all of the time. But this time it does because someone has. So for you to pull out, now I could easily ring man in your camp right now and get them on the show. But then also, then people say, well, is he a jug treat? Now, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt where I'm saying, I hopefully wish that you are not a jug treat because nothing has ever come upon you. But we also know, Tunde, that there's no smoke without what?
He is old though, Spence.
What does that mean? So you have to take the drugs because you're older?
No, I'm just saying that it's funny. I keep on hearing this knee injury because a knee injury was what he supposedly had when he pulled out against us. And now it's supposed to be a reoccurring knee injury, which probably would have him out until September. So again, thinking about the whole landscape of the light heavyweight division, are these governing bodies going to allow him to just keep holding on to these belts? Because we don't even know if it'll be back in September or the fight will be rescheduled for September, or whether it means he can only start resuming training in September.
Well, what I'm saying is, regardless, it's not a good look because we were.
I like that one. There's no smoke without Rizla. Bro, you always come up with the lines. Go on, Spence.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just upset that this fight isn't happening because, no disrespect, the 5v5 has not really caught my attention to.
It ain't got the same ring to it.
Right. The 5v5 was something big for me as far as I was concerned, simply because You know what I mean? Simply because you had this big fight and that was the undercard, that kind of capped it all off.
Yes.
Joe Palmer says what? That old guy's recovering from them licks.
I don't know. I want to give Arthur Beterbiev the benefit of the doubt. Apparently, he's a clean living Muslim. People that are around him. I don't know. There's always gonna. I'm always trying to think positive about people. I'm not gonna say nothing negative about him. I just, when things keep on happening consistently, I think everyone has a right to question. You understand what I'm saying? And me, I was the first one to say when this fight was made, it ain't happening. I said it, Spence. I said whenever and let's get it right. Beterbiev and Bivol, it's a business, so money is always at the forefront. But is an extra few million gonna really make a change to who they are? I don't know. I know it won't make a change. I don't know make a change.
It's the fact that you are undisputed world light heavyweight champion.
I think that's what it's more to do with. The fact that we will have the first undisputed champion at light heavy for a long time. And I feel that's what everyone is waiting for. It's just we're all upset that this fight now is not going to go ahead. Because I, for one, was really looking forward to it and looking for us to fight the winner. That's what I was looking at. I was looking for AY to fight the winner. And AY is looking to fight the winner.
Thank you very much, Bobby Wright, for the $4.99 and blessing the show. And Bobby Wright says, come on, we all know the score.
It's happened.
It's happened many times now. Big up you both. Well, come on. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. You know what? Man. I would hope that this is actually not the case. I really do hope that it's not the case. But like I'm saying, as my man Tech just said, there's no smoke without Rizla. And that's what I'm saying.
Lee S, relax, man. Relax. This ain't the show. The replacement for Beterbiev is, as we said, it's going to be you see, that's when you know it's underwhelming. Because man, that's the looking box recs for the guy's name. Zinad.
Tunde, I don't know the guy.
Malik Zinad is the replacement for Arthur Beterbiev. He's an unbeaten fighter. He boxed last week, I think. When was the 27th? Was that last week, innit?
Last week.
Yeah, he boxed last week. So imagine how he feels.
He's fresh.
Yeah, imagine how he feels. He's gotten, of course, one upset last week. And now he has the opportunity to go and pick up a world title, or at least fight for a world title. I don't know what they're offering him, but much like us, when we went to Russia, it was the opportunity to fulfill a dream and even take.
That's nice. That's nice. I rate that.
Man said Malik Zin, that's like African Stanley. Remember African Stanley? I remember that. That was it. African Stanley was in a joke.
Yeah,
a long joke. Yeah, come on.
You young, but remember.
Don't listen. We're talking about Dimitri Bivol, the man who dethroned Canelo, the man who beat the formerly unbeaten Gilberto Ramirez, who's now a champion.
Yeah, that was a very good win.
Now he's champion at cruiserweight. So Bivol is not no joke. But listen, the guy's coming there as an unbeaten fighter. Bivol's gonna be angry. So bro, he might just want to clap at this man very soon. We know he was preparing for arguably the hardest fight of his career. But the show goes on. Turkey Al Sheikh has found a replacement. The 5v5 card is still a good card. Still some good fights in it, I would say. Nick Ball against Ford is a good fight that I'm looking forward to seeing. Zhang v Wilder doesn't really have that now is the main event. Zhang v Wilder. It's just not the same. Both of them are coming off losses. I would have preferred to see. Oh, you know what? I think Daniel against Herkovic should be top of the bill, but nah, it's a money thing,
No,
innit?
but the thing about it is this: if that does become for a world title, right?
Yes.
It could well maybe
They should put
be.
that as top of the bill. They should.
You know what I mean? Yeah. If that becomes for, then maybe it could be, and it'd be like I said, it'd be very interesting to see what one.
Two donkeys make a great derby. Oh, that Alfie Black. Bull beats Ford. Well, I'm telling you right now, that ain't gonna be no easy fight.
Mate, you know what? My deep random thinker. Thank you so much for the 199. Usyk is going to collect all the Infinity Stones. You can put that one up there. Usyk is going to collect all of the Infinity Stones. Deep random thinker. Thank you so much for the 199. You know what I mean? Peace and love and blessings to you. You know what, Tun? I got to jump off soon because I got a mad day tomorrow.
Okay. It's 10 to almost 10 p.m. We've been on for almost 2 hours. Hamza Shiraz versus Ammo Williams is a good fight. Looking forward
how
to
do you call that fight, Tun?
Both of them are on good form. But it's a 50-50 fight. Hamza is a good you know, you can't call a man great because he ain't done great stuff. But what I'm saying, he's on the way to being a very, very good fighter. Massive for the weight. Young, quick, explosive. As we saw in the last fight, the last couple of fights, to be honest with you, Hamza is the UK fighter. I'm rolling with Hamza. I'm being honest with you. Hamza's my guy. Such a well-mannered young man. No trash talking. A consummate professional, and got a bright future ahead of him. So I'll have to side with Hamza for that fight. But one thing I know, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. That's going to be a good fight. And this is the kind of step-ups, if you claim to want to be the best, or at least challenge for the accolade of being the best, then you've got to take these tests in your career. And so credit to both men. I hope they're getting well paid.
Come on.
Because I know both
G
men are
Chains, thank you so much for the 9.99. Great show, my bros. Fire emoji. No, and great to have your company. Seriously, it's been neat today.
Great show. Great show today, Spence. Great show.
Man, big up.
Condolences.
Big up Lee McGregor as well.
Big up Lee McGregor. Great young man. Still, he feels, I feel, we feel he has a lot left to give. Someone needs to be blowing the trumpet for him because he's not a talker. And it's like that at times. You know, Jaime Munguia is not a talker. Oscar was doing the talking. Oscar was talking up the thing. You understand? And that's what it is. That's what you got to do for these men when they're not outspoken like that. So thank you, Lee McGregor, for blessing the show as well. And as we said, we wish you nothing but the best. Let me send condolences to Francis Ngannou's, who lost his son this week. So sad, Spence.
Heart-wrenching.
So sad.
Heart-wrenching. You know, yeah, definitely from myself, Tunde Ajayi, from the Fight Is Right, all the people on Fight Is Right, our condolences to Francis Ngannou's family on the loss of his son. I don't know what he's going through right now. Do you understand? I don't know what he's going through right now, but I mean, our prayers and thoughts with him and all of these people. You know?
Yes, sir. Boxing fans, lastly, Inui tomorrow, 12. I think it's just after 12 the fight is on, Spence.
It's just after 12 o'clock. It's just after 12 o'clock.
But live on Sky Sports. So again, Yeah, Air Max, Kerry, so sad, so sad. 1 minute we can be celebrating life, and then the next we'll be mourning death.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I think.
Also, let me say a massive big up to Kerry White. She's always
bigging up the thing.
Right, and we don't mention her name. I have to mention our sister from another missus name because she's always supporting, always peace and love to you. And I hope that you have a fantastic, strong next 7 days. You know what I mean? Because we don't have no weekdays, our days are strong. So that's what I'm saying.
Love that. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been an honor. A great show.
Where's the glasses, Tunde?
Many topics were covered. Hey, glasses, they're not in the box. Many topics were covered. But let me just say, hold tight Yemi X, hold tight Kurt Campbell, Tech Test, Kerry, as we said, Kerry White, Andre Ward, Checkmate, 734, Lifetime, Ian, Jose, Tyrone Boot, MX 90 King, Chrissy Blue 876, Malcolm Marcel, Snaps, G Chains, Gary, Old Tight Jake Dub. The list goes on and on. Lee S, Duke Alexander, always with us. Yeah, it's been a great show. And Old Tight Alfie Black. It's I say Alfie, we're seeing face picture. All you lot got these little logos and blank screen. We need to see you just the way you see us. But suffice to say, we are always appreciative of everyone who joins us on this show. We got a great couple of weeks coming up for boxing. As I said, Inui tomorrow. We got Catterall against Taylor. We got Usyk against Fury. But we got some big boy fights coming up, Spence. It's a great time for boxing. We had Canelo last night. We got Riakpur, Billam Smith coming up. We got AY coming up. It's going to be serious times. But ladies and gentlemen, let us end the show in the exact way we started it, with the magical words of dream it, believe it, become it.
Coming up, I pray that everybody has a really, really successful next strong 7 days. You know what I mean? You know the rules. Keep it blessed.
Come on.